Welcome everyone to the Schuylkill Report. I'm Sam Lesante, and joining me is my co-host for the show and producer, Jerry Enders. Once again, I want to thank you for tuning in. And remember my email, sam@ssptv.com. I bump into some people, I meet some people, and they mention to me different things that are happening in Schuylkill County, and they'd like to do this and like to do this. I'd be more than happy to do that, but I forget after, meeting so many people. So the email's up there. It's sam@ssptv.com, or if you bump into Jerry Enders, he has a better mind than I. He remembers things. Jerry, I'm doing some things, and when the show, it's called the Schuylkill Report. And so Sam, we got this going on in Money City. We have this happening in Frackville and this in Shenandoah, etc. And I forget. It's nice to mention it, such as some of the things we'll be talking about today. How you been?
I'm doing well, and how about you? How's your summer been?
I've been great. We've been busy. I'm going to be going to visit my daughter in Florida.
Yeah.
She has a great restaurant down there. It's called Two Georges. And if you're in the Cape Canaveral, look her up. But she's really, it's a very first-class restaurant, good food. It's called Two Georges.
Two Georges.
Right in Cape Canaveral.
A little publicity there for your daughter. Do you want me to mention her as a sponsor?
Absolutely, or else I'll get help.
Yeah.
What about you?
I understand you told me when you're down there, if there's a launch going off, you can see the launches
right from
the restaurant, right on her deck.
When I was there, my son and I went down to visit her, and we saw 4 launches. Was it, Sammy? About 4 launches.
Wow.
It's interesting. Great. I mean, it's like exciting when you see it,
Yeah, that's great.
And I understand you applied to be one of the astronauts to go up.
Yeah, but
you're high all the time, they tell me.
Well, I was a little over age.
Yes.
They want younger people. But
how's the car business?
Car business is fine. You have a good week, and then you have maybe a little slow week. But it's summer. A lot of people on vacation. It's amazing what you were saying about the area, the income level and all, but also it's amazing how many people from Schuylkill County are on Facebook that are at the shore for a week, 2 weeks, own homes, have rental properties down there. If you got to really know people in this area, there's a lot of Schuylkill County people that have condos, homes, rental properties down at the shore. So, but they're spending their money down there, Sam.
Well, we need them to spend it up here too. But you know what? These are people that worked hard for all their lives, and they
saved.
It was interesting. I did a show. It's running now with Father. What was his name? Bohan, Sammy, right? Yeah. The Ukrainian priest at Shenandoah. They have the cross of gratitude. It's 18, I don't know if you saw the show, it's 18 feet long by about 7-8 feet wide. And he was telling me about the church. It's the oldest Ukrainian church in the country. And when I think of Schuylkill County, Jerry, there are so many things in places in Schuylkill County that are just amazing. You mentioned a few of them as well, right?
Well, there's a lot. I mean, it's just not Yuengling. It's the Pioneer Tunnel. It's Hawk Mountain. There's the number 9 coal mine, and there's just so many places. You go out to Higgins, out there. You got a lot of wineries and stuff going on. But talk about the history part. We came out with the new walking tour brochure this week. We'll talk about later. But now we have folks here are renovating the old Miners Bank, which that dates back 200 years, Sam. It was a year in business before Yuengling started. Wow. Now you really think about that right here in our community, right in Pottsville. And so there's a lot of history in all the coal region towns. You got the Molly Maguire history here. You have the old jail here in Pottsville you can go tour.
But as long as you tour it, don't go in it.
Don't go in it, Sam. Absolutely. But then you get down to Origsburg. Origsburg had the first county seat. They had the first courthouse right there in Origsburg, and now that's their historic society. But when you really dig into the history of Schuylkill County, there's a lot to learn.
You know, when I met, I think I told you the story, when I met Frank Sinatra, I met him twice, but we were in Vegas, and a good friend of mine, but anyway, to talk to him, and he was going through the crowd, and he came to us, and he says, "Where are you from?" I said, "I'm from little town called Pottsville. It's in a little patch town, which is next to Hazleton. He said, "And that you're up in that Shenandoah area, right?" He said, "I love Shenandoah. He said, I love that area. I enjoy going in that area." And he was talking. Here's Frank Sinatra now bragging about Schuylkill County, which is interesting.
And he sang with the Dorsey brothers, which they're from Shenandoah.
Yeah.
And then when one of the Dorseys passed away, Jackie Gleason came up to the funeral. You know, so throwing some names out of celebrities and people.
So, see, Jerry's a drummer, and he played with Tommy Dorsey, right? that's
Well,
he played with Tommy Dorsey.
I may have put the records on and played along with the records.
And there's
but-
Jerry now. He's like 89 now or 9 years
Yeah,
old. But
yeah.
I didn't know you were a drummer. I'm a trumpeter. you
Yeah,
know.
well, Sam, and you were a
Jam.
piano player, organ. You
Organ
sold
player,
organs.
yeah,
You sold piano.
yeah.
You've been a musician all your life, and
Let's talk about our show today. We got
a great show coming up today.
Tell us who we have.
Well, we have Megan Roselli from Hawk Mountain. She's the education director down at Hawk Mountain, and we're thrilled to have her. One of her other partners were going to come along, Tammy, but Tammy, she decided to go on vacation. So
She's at one of those condos.
and we're just thrilled to have her. I got to talk to Megan here a little bit before you got here, and she has some great information about Hawk Mountain, all the good things that go on down there. When Janet moved here about 30-some years ago, that was one of the first places I took her. We went down to Hawk Mountain, hiked out the trail to the first lookout, and went all the way up, Sam, and I have to quick tell you this story. Really impressed Janet when I told her I had all kinds of connections. I get up to the upper overlook. You know where that's at, Megan. The upper peak, we're sitting there. It's a 98-degree day. Now just think, you're dating this girl, might move to Schuylkill County. You're taking her out on a hike. No one on the trail. And up there on the overlook, all of a sudden, the Blue Angels came zipping over.
Wow.
And we're doing performances up on that top. And we were the only ones on the rock.
And you said, "See, honey,
I
look what I
said,
did."
see, I gave you an air show. And here they were there because of the air show in Allentown coming up. So
They were
it's only-
practicing.
Well, yeah, it's only a crow's fly away from that.
that's
and
great.
yeah, but so Hawk Mountain is really an interesting place, and if you want to go up there and hike and do so much, and that was the reason you and I talked the last show.
So now the problem is when Megan comes here and she talks about all these events, they're going to say, "Well, when are we getting the Blue Angels?" Okay.
Yeah.
All my friends are here watching the Schuylkill Report. We're going to take a break. We'll be back right after this. Well, welcome back, my friends. I'm Sam Lesante. You're watching the Schuylkill Report. We do this every month. Remember, 24/7, you can watch all of our shows on ssptv.com. That's the place I would go, and we have, we produce 21 to 22 local neighborhood programming, one of the few production houses in the country. I want to thank, of course, Service Electric Cablevision, Service Electric Cable Communications, and also Comcast 190. We're in the Pottsville area, in the greater Pottsville area on Comcast 190 for every Monday, every day from 7 to 11 p.m. and, of course, 24/7 on Channel 13 and 513 in the greater Hazleton system. That covers from Mountaintop to St. Clair, incidentally. And, of course, Service Electric Cable Communications Channel 92 in the Wilkes-Barre area at Saturdays and Sundays. And we're here with, of course, my co-host, Jerry Enders, and we have some people we want to thank who are sponsoring our show.
Absolutely. Well, first of all, we want to thank Alvernia
Yes.
here for having us and allowing us to use the space in the Opaque Institute here of Learning. Explorer Schuylkill, one of our main sponsors, Bob Weaver Chevrolet. Pottsville Eye Care Specialist, Lehigh Valley Health Network. They're a new sponsor on there. We're really glad to have them, Sam. They're going to be a great asset. Vito's Coal-Fired Restaurant over there in St. Clair, the Republican Herald and Standard Speaker, and Jerry's Northeast Auto Sales / Jerry's Classic Car Museum.
And let me tell you, my friends, if you haven't gone to this museum, go to it. It's absolutely fabulous, okay? Now our guest is Megan Roselli. And Megan, you are the Director of Education, Hawk Mountain. You were telling me some things that I never knew existed. Of course, Jerry's tuned in on what's going on, but you were telling me something. So first of all, thanks for coming on the show.
Yeah,
And
thank
I
you
have
for
to
having
I
me.
have to apologize for having Jerry on. I know he could be that kind of guy. No, seriously. So tell us about you and what's going on at Hawk Mountain.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, my name is Megan Roselli. I'm the Director of Education at Hawk Mountain Sanctuary. And the fall is just the best time of year to be at Hawk Mountain Sanctuary. It's one of the best days out that you'll have. We count over 18,000 raptors, not dinosaurs, birds.
They're birds.
Birds.
Jerry Enders used to tell me that. 18,000. What do they call it? Raptors.
Raptors, yeah.
Any kind of bird or just hawks?
Eagles.
Birds of prey, yep.
birds
Hawks,
of prey.
eagles,
Thank you.
yep, falcons.
Eagles too.
Eagles, yeah,
of
we
eagles.
have golden eagles and bald eagles.
You're kidding
Last
me.
year we set our record. The past, I think, 3 years we've set records for number of bald eagles flying over Hawk Mountain Sanctuary. It's been amazing, amazing conservation success story. Yeah,
And then when does that happen? In the fall?
in the fall and the spring. So we'll have bald eagles and golden eagles flying over. They're a part of the 16 species of raptors that we count every fall. But we have so many other things going on as well.
How do you know? How do they know to go to Hawk Mountain and not to Blue Mountain or West Mountain? Or I mean, how does this mountain attract all these birds?
Yeah, it has to do a lot with the geography. So the way that the mountains are situated, they create two different things. One of them is called an updraft. So the air will come and kind of hit the mountain and go upwards. And then the other is called a thermal, which when the air warms in different ways, it will create kind of an upwards current for the birds to fly on. So it makes for really, really easy migration. Migration is hard enough already. Some birds go all the way from Canada down to South America, so they try to use the wind and the geography to their advantage.
Did you know that?
Right, Sam, correct, yes. And if you're in the Pottsville area, here right just north of the car lot, every now and then you will see the buzzards. You'll see 10, 12, 15 buzzards just way up high, just gliding. And they're catching that air from Palo Alto, from the mountains, as she's telling you. Wow. So when you see a flock of birds, large birds, just floating around, they're just catching the air coming up the draft, and that keeps them up there floating. So it does make it easier. And yeah, I knew that before from going down there and being.
Well, you've been there. Okay, I've never been there. I know a lot of my friends have been there, and some of my family.
It's so interesting, Sam. Anybody that hasn't been down there has
And
to
where
go.
are you located at?
They're just outside of New Ringgold, off of 895.
And we have the information on the screen. You're looking at some of the video. So now, when you say Director of Education, I'm thinking, well, what do I have to be educated? Tell me what you do. What do you educate?
Yeah, so our platform, everything that we do revolves around birds of prey and migrating birds. But we also take a kind of a wide approach of what that means. So in order to have birds of prey, you have to have healthy ecosystems, healthy forests, healthy populations of things for the birds to eat as well.
So you educate people about the birds' migration and everything that's involved with them?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely. And something really special that Hawk Mountain has is we have a collection of non-releasable raptor animal ambassadors that we care for, and we take them out on programs so people can get really up-close looks at birds of prey that they wouldn't get otherwise. The education team cares for them, so we provide them with a clean enclosure and food every day, and we have them trained to do programs with us. So they'll kind of sit on our gloves, and we can talk about them and get
So this is
people
open
really.
all ages, right?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
But it'd be great for young people to learn about migration and the different birds. Don't you think so, Jerry?
Oh, absolutely. It's fantastic education for young people to know our ecosystem and what the birds do and how they travel. And I mean, I was amazed at when you find out how far a hummingbird goes, and they're only that big. But one thing I want to ask,
How far do
Meg,
they go?
they go all the way down to Australia.
You're
And
kidding me.
Don't they? Is that right? No, Australia.
Megan.
I don't know.
Yeah, all the way down. Yeah, hummingbirds leave here.
interviewing
Actually, yeah, I'll trust
Hummingbirds
him.
leave here, and they go all the way to Australia, and then they come.
They fly over the ocean.
Yeah, they go. Yeah, they fly.
You are kidding me.
No, it's amazing.
See that? We're learning something, Megan. See, aren't you glad you came on the Schuylkill Report? Jerry Enders will give you an education.
Now, the other thing, Megan, I wanted to touch on, which is really super interesting, because every year when we pick up our local newspaper, there's always a front page story in the fall of the migration of how many, not 10 or 20, but 50 and 100 people up on that rock with these big telescopes and cameras getting pictures, and they take pride in keeping count, right, Megan? Mm-hmm. They count how many they see. I mean, this is just a hobby, and these people, they migrate to Hawk Mountain.
Tell me about these events coming up. I'm looking at your notes, and there's a lot of interesting things. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, absolutely. And as Jerry mentioned, we have just such a great community and so many people to thank that are a part of Hawk Mountain. So thank you to all of our volunteers and all of our visitors, because we can't do it without you. So in the fall, we not only have 18,000 raptors flying overhead, but we also offer free programming. And when I say free programming, it means free with a trail fee. But we'll offer things like our bird of prey programs. We call them Raptors Up Close. They're offered every Saturday and Sunday from August 30th to November 9th. And we'll offer it 3 times a day at 10, 15, 12, and 2:15. We also do a small program that will help you with your Raptor ID. There's a lot of little tips and tricks that we'll give you so that you can know what's flying overhead. We do those at 10 and 2. And we also do a program called How We Study Migrating Raptors at 11:30 and 1:30. And all of these programs are actually performed by our trainees and interns at Hawk Mountain Sanctuary. So at Hawk Mountain, we have a global trainee program that we're really proud of. It's kind of like our crown gem. We've trained over 500 scientists, educators, and environmental stewards from over 75 countries on 6 different continents. So if you know anybody from Antarctica that we can train, send them our way.
Wow, that's great.
Another thing there, Megan, and I like to focus on the tourism part of this. When we have family coming in from Michigan, Jan's family from Michigan, every one that has come here to Schuylkill County not only went to Yuengling and a few places, but they've all gone to Hawk Mountain for a day.
Great.
And what a great tourist attraction, folks listening.
Let me tell you, my friends, I know I'll be going there. I know many of my relatives go there. Megan, thanks for coming on the show.
Yeah, thank you.
And putting up with Jerry. I mean, that's a talent in itself.
Well, we have to hit on one more thing. How about your brew?
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
brewery.
This is very big. They have a big fundraiser coming up here in the fall. You want to hit on that quick?
Yes. So we host a big fundraiser every fall. It's called our Birds and Brew event. I think there's only like 20 tickets left. So if you want to come, you better buy them now. They might even be sold out by the time this happens. But it's a big, kind of celebration on the mountain. Mm-hmm. It's great for people who like being outdoors but don't necessarily like going out to hike, because we have a bunch of just breweries that we partner with, and they get to showcase their beer, and we get to showcase a lot of the cool research that we do at Hawk Mountain Sanctuary.
And Troy Jockums is a big supporter
Yes.
of Hawk Mountain, and he volunteers for that, and he's on the Explore Schuylkill board as well. So interconnection there.
Yeah,
Megan,
absolutely.
thank you so much
thank
for
you.
being there.
Thank you.
All right, coming up next, we'll have a report on PADCO. A lot of great things happening. And Jerry's going to talk about this new walking tour map. Tons of things happening in Schuylkill County. We'll be back right after this. Well, welcome back to the Schuylkill Report. I'm Sam Lesante. Joining us now, I'm here with my co-host Jerry Enders. Joining us now is the Executive Director of PADCO, Savas and Logothetides. You see, before I had trouble saying that, but now it's rhythmic.
Yeah, it just rolls right off your tongue, right?
And I'm sorry to hear that Jerry's on the board with you. I mean, I could just see how troublesome it is.
I didn't realize that Jerry was such a bird subject matter expert until this past interview. That was amazing.
Yeah.
Just when you think you know a guy.
Yeah. Not only does he sell beautiful cars,
Yeah.
but he also has a classic museum. But tell us what's going on with PADCO. I'd like to fill the...
Yeah, we're staying busy. PADCO, Pottsville Development Corporation. We do a number of things. We're running events, we're underwriting loans, we're helping to create and sustain, small businesses in the city of Pottsville. And as you know, we're starting to expand into all of Schuylkill County. But we've got 2 major things happening right now. One is the walking tour brochure, where we've partnered with the Explore Schuylkill and also the Pottsville Tourism Bureau, Commission on Tourism, and to get this walking tour brochure, which comes up every year, every other year, and highlights all the different small businesses, tourism sites, and sites of interest in the city of Pottsville. It's a great guide for our visitors, for our tourists that are coming into the city. And the second thing is the Schuylkill Stampede. And the Schuylkill Stampede is going to be taking place October 18th at the Schuylkill County Fairgrounds. And effectively, we're going to have a country western festival all day long, and it's going to culminate in a rodeo being done by Red Eye Rodeo out of Annville, Pennsylvania. They bring the arena to you, is what they say. So we're going to have professional bull riding, barrel racing, 4 bands. We're going to have a petting zoo, pony rides, a mechanical bull. You and Jerry should jump on, see who can stay on the longest. 64 vendors, different food trucks and country wear. So it's going to be a great day. First one, inaugural one. We're excited for it.
Jerry, you going to be there?
I'm going to definitely be there because Explorer Schuylkill is one of the main sponsors and supporters of the event. See, Savas knows when he runs an event that's good for tourism, he knows to come to Explorer Schuylkill, and we've always helped him out.
Yeah, they've been great. They've been great partners for us, for sure.
Jerry, I know you're excited about this walking tour. Tell us about it.
Well, the new walking tour, the reason I'm really excited this year, I've always been excited. It's been over 20 years, 25 years. Started out 25 years ago as 19 places of interest, or 19 places to see and do in Pottsville. And it was on a piece of regular paper, kind of run them off the computer. And later on, we advanced and got into this colored one. We upgraded it. We got some sponsorship. We have the tourism sign, which we rent space on there and use that money. So all the money, this doesn't cost the city, taxpayer, anything. This is all tourism and sponsored by, like I said, from Explorer Schuylkill, PADCO, Pottsville Lions Club. You'll see their logo, they're sponsors of it. And it's just a great piece of tourism information that goes. We had 135 people come on the train here 2 weeks ago to Pottsville, and every one of the people on the train were carrying a walking tour brochure. So it's just handy, and it highlights all the places of interest and the new businesses. And Savas, you can name a couple of the new businesses we get on there.
Yeah, I mean, these businesses have come into town over the last 12 or 18 months. The Eagle Tavern, formerly the Brass Tap. The Farm Store, which was the winner of the most recent Ignite Business Plan competition, serving 35 different farms from all over Schuylkill and surrounding county. Caesar's Kitchen and Pizza, which is formerly the Charlie's Pizza and Subs, which has been around since the 60s. We've put the Yingling Mansion on there, and they're hosting different tours that you can go on when you're visiting town on the weekends. So there's a number of new businesses that we've placed on here, new historic sites, definitely points of interest that you can go and check out while you're visiting the city of Pottsville.
In closing, I want to thank you for coming in, but I want to make one comment. We talk about different boards. I've always found the boards here in the greater Pottsville, Schuylkill area, that they're working active boards. They're not just there to have names, and I appreciate the fact that you guys do what you do, okay? Jerry, I got to wrap it up, okay? Remember, my friends, I want to thank you, Megan, who is the Director of Education for Hawk Mountain. Boy, I'll tell you that you just tuned in, our show is seen 24/7 on ssptv.com, our YouTube channel. Just go to our website and watch our shows. Remember, if you have some things you'd like me to talk about, please email me, sam@ssptv.com. We'll see you next time.